and the liberal Coach Casey.
I love watching dudes pound other dudes, man.
Why am I gay? I don't know. It's all this stuff in a row. Beans more like a dirt fruit.
Weed!
I mean, he probably had some kind of other Korean name, but we only knew him as Uncle Joe.
I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded. All men and women created by you know the thing.
Our country is in serious trouble.
And your mother was begging Barack to stop.
Holler my name.
The voters of this nation are presented with...
Have either of you ever heard how Kirstie Alley's parents died?
No.
This is maybe the best piece of media that's ever been made.
And as I'm crying, I said, my sister's here, and I wasn't looking at her, but I said, where were they going?
They died in a
And
car
she
accident.
said, to a Halloween party. And I said, what were they dressed as? And she said, the Odd Couple. What Odd Couple? Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon? Well, what were their costumes exactly? She said Mom was a black girl and Dad was a Ku Klux Klan member.
Oh.
Skin Man, villain in disguise.
Voted the #1 podcast to listen to while burning stumps. That's trees, not people. It's the middle of the road with TJ and Coach Casey.
Yeah. Episode 99. We're one away. You didn't think we'd make it. We're gonna. Episodes today. Paradigm. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, that's 20 cents.
Paradigm construction. Contracting. For music lovers only. Straight Line Lights. Skinned Barbecue. Hawk Hauling. All sponsors this week. We're trying to get the funds built up for episode number 100. It's
going to be expensive.
We've got a large lineup of guests. We're going to try to, if it works out, we're going to try to have every guest, but maybe one that we've ever had on the show make an appearance, or at least I'm going to try to do like a 5 or 10 minute recording with them that I can throw on somewhere in it, and I'd like to get things from people like, why did you guys make it to episode 100? Or they kept doing it that long, really? Or, things like that, just encouraging messages from, people in our lives that support this podcast.
Reached out to our first guest yet?
I have not. That's the very first guest. I do not have any contact information with him, and I would like you to get that. I mean, need to get back out here. I'll work on some clips, all that stuff.
I'll send it to you.
Today is 7/16/24. We'll just lead off with it. I don't want to do a ton of it because there's, a lot more going on in my life, and it was a shitty thing and a whatever. So if you came here for your Trump assassination news, you came to the wrong place. Shouldn't have happened. Hopefully they get true answers on it. Both sides, the protection side, all that, I agree with it. We should never have, especially a former president, anybody running. It just shouldn't be the way it is. Whether I like the guy, don't like the guy, whatever, I would never root for that. And I really don't truly think that very many people do. I really don't think that. I mean, there's monsters out there, but I truly don't think, that. So, I mean, you guys got your take on it. I mean, I know yours is vastly different than mine, TJ. But I do like that you didn't. I don't know what you're doing on social media and all your other friends, but to me, you didn't do the absolute jump on it, freak out. The Democrats are killing him. They're coming right after him, and that stuff. And whether they are or not, I don't know. Hopefully, time tells. But what's your take on it, Skin Man?
It's a shame that it happened, but I really don't care either way.
Okay. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I'm glad it didn't. I mean, because it would be a laughing stock of the country type or the world type moment, and it really is already. But it would definitely be one if it would look like we would truly look like Russia if it happens and there's not those answers, and let them duke it out in the crazy old folks home where they're gonna be. So, TJ, what's your take?
Yeah, we'd be having a very different conversation if he did.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I don't know if we'd be here.
I mean, if he wouldn't have moved his head, have you seen that deal where they show he just moved his head just like that?
Yeah. The only thing My only funny comment about it, and I think this one is fitting if you found, and it does, the worst part about this, let's lead this off, is a U.S. citizen died in this, and 2 were critically injured, and Trump got Holyfielded. But, you know, what if the guy's manifesto did say something like his dream was to shoot a president's ear? And he, you know, like everybody's like, oh, shit, he was a good shot. You know, that's my only funny thing. Sorry. I mean, there wasn't nothing. I mean, yeah, it's crazy. He thanked all the people around him. From what I understand, it's his hand-picked, you know, staff of people he worked with that he got to take with him and all of that. They're all people that seem to love him and he seems to love. So there's obviously some oversights and massive failures. And I
would fire everybody.
Yeah,
except for the guy that took the shot.
It is crazy to me that there was one guy that was on a station I watched, and he was like head of Secret Service for Bush and then like Obama for like 2 years or something. And he basically said the difference was, because he's worked on campaigns, is you get like technically what he would call like 300 yard, which they obviously failed, like complete lockdown, 300 to 500 yard. You have the ability and the amount of people to completely lock down that much area. And if you're the president, you get 3 to 5 blocks, you know, wherever you're at. They literally lock. So it's just the amount of money and services. And I'll bet he'll have it now. So anyways, that's
you guarantee you will.
That was 1A on there. 1B. One motherfucking B on my list. Sorry, America. And we apologize for the, you know, whatever that we're going to move on to. Is I got to play NCAA 25 football 3 days early. Like I'm one of those freaking influencers, man. I got an early edition because I paid $30 more and got the deluxe package. You do get like some points and some downloadable stuff that none of it I will use. It was literally just to play it before Friday, you know.
Yeah.
That's why I'm wearing the
How
Michigan.
sick was it?
It's badass. I sucked like right away, and the boys sitting out there making fun of me, and I like, don't run this for me. Go the fuck away, you know. And so then I play a game, and you know I keep playing that game, and come back, end up fucking dominating. You know, I played Michigan State my first game, and then yeah, it's awesome. I mean, I need to get used to it. It's just I haven't played Madden for a long time, so all the controls they have. Like this upgraded passing, I had to go back to classic passing mode, man. I dominated on classic passing mode, the new one. I'll give it a shot. I just wasn't ready for it last night. If you did come here for NCAA 25 updates, we are doing them. No. It was awesome, man. They have a thing called like CFP Countdown. I thought it was like you'd play like an 8-game or 12-game thing to the championship, you know, and it's actually an online thing. So I all of a sudden in a waiting room to play a dude online, I'm like, this is stupid. I've played 1.5 games. And beat the dude. So far, I'm 2-1. I did get smoked by a dude like 48-24 my last game because I went from like.
Can you talk shit while you're doing that?
I could. I didn't put my headphones on.
But you can.
Yeah, one guy was fucking. Yeah, he was mad. He was because very first play of our game my second game. Literally, he interception took it to the house on me, and it's like, oh, this is gonna be bad for you. And so
Who was he?
Who was he?
What team?
He was Ohio State. That was where I was going to say. So it was Ohio State. Tensions were high. We were in the big house. Yes, he was. Yeah, because it went Oregon. I played Oregon first, beat the guy with Oregon. He quit on me in the in the fourth quarter once I scored a touchdown and went up. This is only 3-minute quarters, so I went up 2 scores, and he wasn't coming back, so he quit. And then the second game, that guy scored a touchdown on me right away. I took the kickoff back to like the 40 and then a tight end little fake thing and touchdown on my first play. And the guy had to suck at defense like me. And then his second play, literally, he tried to take it out of the end zone. I tackled him like the 10. I'm like, oh, I'm going to stuff him. He ran a 90-yard touchdown on me.
Can you?
And so then he was
run on it like the old
not
games,
quite, man. I need to get it. Of course, like, and Michigan's quarterback is, you know, because they got that brother, that orgy dude that you sent me the video. He's starting, and
hell yeah,
he's like an 84. Michigan's an 88 overall. There's way better teams, but they obviously lost. Their defense is like a 90. That Edwards dude is fast on there. So it's fun. That's the only team I've used so far is Michigan. I was gonna start a season last night with Hawaii, just because I always do something weird like that, and I'm a Michigan guy, and I'm just trying to get the job in a couple years, and you know what I mean, just, you know, whatever. So Skin Man don't care about this, but I mean, I've sit there while it was almost downloaded. I told my wife, I'm like, I wish you knew how geeked I was right now. Like,
How long did it take to download?
35 minutes, 30 minutes.
Okay.
So.
Well, I admire your passion for it.
Yeah, it's just, dude, it's a game. We haven't got to play it since like 14, a new version or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm a football guy. I never really was a Madden guy. I played Madden, but it was always college football, and it went away, and it's back.
Are the graphics badass?
Yeah, it's better. You got crowd interaction. It's not a ton of it. It's still not. You can zoom way in. Like the angle I play from. What's that? Oh yeah, fight songs. Michigan does the na na na, and they have another one that they do in the third quarter, and they freaking get it going. They have
nice.
They do the Penn State thing. They showed that on the preview. Their big thing they do.
Like the Mo Bamba deal?
Yeah, or whatever they do. And
is that the locker room at Penn State?
Well, they do. Yeah, they don't show that. They show some past footage of locker room footage at Penn State, but
pass.
So. Thanks for liking the video, Santia. Thanks for liking it, Stevie V. I need to reach out to Josh, too. Josh from Music Lovers Only and The Art Assault to be part of episode 100. So, what's your world's been like the last 2 weeks? We haven't talked for a little while.
Well, I'd like to apologize to TJ because it was a surprise of the Friday night stump burning 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, he missed out on it.
I didn't get invited.
Yeah.
I didn't tell anybody because I didn't know if Casey wanted me to burn out the stumps on a Friday night or not.
I heard you showed up with every supply needed to burn out stumps.
Yes, I came prepared.
The two items I had were stumps and a lot of wood to burn.
Yeah.
So I brought bricks.
Yeah,
a lot of bricks built brick houses. It's like a brick house.
And now where the stumps were, it's dirt.
Yeah, you can't even tell there was. Yeah, it's sweet, man. It was
sick.
It was a good time. My date night usually happens Fridays, most Fridays. E said, we were working Saturday event together, so he said, "Do you even want to hang out? We're going to see each other already." And I said, "Up to you. Yeah, come over, man." He said, "Can I invite Skin Man?" I said, "Yes. Every time you come over, you can." And he said, "Skin Man's in." And I did like the shock face because we invite him every time, and he's pretty low percentage. It's not bad.
I guess I don't ever get invited. I don't know how this.
Well, every time I try, you say you can't do nothing without your wife, and you're only back in town for a couple days, and I can't, so I just didn't figure
you're out of state.
Yeah, so I didn't figure that you would, want to come.
It's a thought that counts, Casey.
Our wives weren't part of this. This was just a guy's stump burning. No wives allowed. It was a no ma'am meeting.
Okay.
So.
Maybe next time.
Oh, sorry. I'll invite you, man. I didn't think you wanted to be part of it. You don't.
Probably not because it's probably super hot out.
It was pretty warm, but by the time we had shade and nightfall,
after the sunset.
Oh, it got cold.
It felt like October.
Oh man, by 10 o'clock it was cold, man. By 11:30 it was real cold. We were looking for blankies and coats and stuff to cover up with, and we had a fire going.
We had two fires.
Yeah, we had two fires going, so it was an awesome. But
Very nice.
One stump burned until Sunday, and I finally put it out and covered up. The other one burnt till Tuesday.
Nice.
And put it out. So stump burning, we're gonna start a service. We show up on your yard, all the supplies needed. We camp out. We drink. We party.
We spend the night.
Yeah, we spend the night in your fucking yard burning stumps, man. Get up in the next morning, see where it's going. Sometimes this turns into like a bluegrass festival.
Yeah, Saturday, it was very difficult to leave.
Yeah, he got up in the morning, and I'd been up for 2.5 hours, maybe 3.
I slept in.
Yeah, he did. He
Nice.
got it. Yeah, it was nice. It was cold. I don't know if you never turned the AC back on because
Didn't need it.
Yeah, we came in here, and I had the AC on. We'd never come in here all night, and we came in, and it was like 55 in the studio. It was so cold.
Hell yeah.
It was so cold. So yeah, it was an awesome time. It was good hangings out. And then Saturday, I worked a Mexican wedding. And that'll lead us into the story I'm getting ready to tell. And it has nothing to do with the wedding. That's what happened while I was at the wedding. But we're going to rewind because we didn't even talk about 4th of July. So real quick, how was your guys' 4th of July? Do anything? We haven't done a show since 4th of July.
I
spent 4th of July with you, so.
Yeah.
I went out to Randy's, and he did a brisket and a pork butt. Took the motorcycle out there because I had to be over at my cousin's at 6, and he lives in Hayesville. And you know how Hayesville is with their fireworks.
Yeah, it's like Fort. It's like crazy. It's crazy town.
So it was loud during.
It's like
the
Gaza right
conversation.
now, bro.
Yeah, it was nice.
I mean, it's not like Gaza because houses aren't. Well, there are houses that get destroyed every year during 4th of July in Hayesville, but usually
But
friendly fire.
I had to work on Friday.
Okay.
So I didn't drink at all.
Okay. Did you have a good time?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was good.
A lot of fireworks. Had a good time. TJ and me hung out, but my day starts off. Well, me and TJ went to a football game. Is that what we? No, we went to the casino.
That was the next day.
Yeah, we went to the casino. Yeah, we had a weekend together. We went to the casino. We came back here and watched fireworks and drank drinks and hung out. And you didn't get to see no crazy neighborhood stuff while you were here.
No, nothing.
But 4th of July morning, I get up. To end last show, you guys, we talked about my tree that was down in my yard. Fell right before the show, literally like 10 minutes before the show, 20 minutes before the show. And so we get up 4th of July, start cutting it up. And this dog comes over. And it's a nice dog. It's following us around, but it's getting my dogs going crazy. And it's 7 in the morning. We're trying to be somewhat quiet. I got an electric chainsaw. It's not very loud. But the boys getting up. The dogs are going nuts. We try to let them outside. They're going worse. We're trying to get this dog to go away. I don't know whose it is at this point, but and this is where I ask you the question before I tell the rest of the story, and it goes for a minute. But am I an asshole? Yes. And it's 2-story one. So I start. This goes an hour goes by, and my dogs are going nuts. It's working me up. I'm just trying to cut this tree down. I finally go Clark Griswold, and I yell something to the lines of, will one of you white trash piece of shit neighbor motherfuckers come get your fucking dog before I fucking kill it? You've ruined my neighborhood. Stop ruining my fucking day. And loud, like, I got a voice when I want to. I mean, you guys all know. And then about 4 minutes later, around the corner comes my neighbor to the shoot-off neighbors, the party neighbors, the what we would call the ones I was referring to, the white trash ones. They're not. They're just white people that are pretty dirty and have a lot of cats and trailers and cars, and a lot of them broke down and things like that. But they're just people. And so the guy comes around and he goes, where's the dog? And I'm like, oh, shit. And I was still pissed, but I said, I honestly did not know it was your dog. I thought your dog had a collar, and I don't recognize it when it's not fucking going nuts on me from the other side of the fence. So in an apology, I also then and he's like, yeah, dog's crazy, man. I'm sorry. And his tail is between his legs. And this guy's always yelling at his wife and tough guy and whatever. And I'm like, I thought maybe we'd have a run-in. Tail between his legs, gets his dog, apologizes his ass off. I kind of at the moment did. I said, I'm sorry. It's just early in the morning, dogs are going fucking nuts. I'm just I'm doing something I don't want to do. He's like, that's all good. It's all good. And goes away. That was where my story was going to end. And then I was going to ask, am I the asshole? But I led up with, they've caused me quite a few problems since they've been here. They've been nuisance. They've thrown fireworks at my dog. I've told numerous stories. Fast forward to this event I'm working with Eric, and I get a picture of a mailbox that has been knocked over in my driveway. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? I said, Isaac? And she goes, nope. And she goes, well, I think we have a situation going on. So I call her, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? She's like, the cops just left here. Neighbors down there screaming at us. I'm like, the neighbors that I just had? And they're like, no. The Hispanic neighbor 2 houses down apparently was drunk, came home, slid the corner, took my mailbox out, drove through the other neighbor's yard, fucked his culvert up. There happened to be multiple neighbors outside that witnessed it, followed him down to his house, watched him pull in his garage, called the cops, and then somehow he denied it, that it wasn't him. Cops said we didn't really have video evidence, so we couldn't prove it was him, even though they seen the damage on the car. He said he bought it that way. But then they kind of started changing their mind because apparently to him they said that we had the right to pursue the case, so it was up to us. So while I'm still at the event, this Mexican shows up, this younger guy I found out at the time, I don't know, the kid, I'm going to call him now, shows up and he's kind of being a little combative, and he's drinking again, still, you know, drunk, obviously. And Isaac's standing there with the bat the whole time behind my wife. And my neighbors, the dudes that I called white trash, the husband and the guy next to him are out in the yard watching. They're the ones that called the cops.
Right.
And then he basically denies it, but then says, man, I'll be honest with you. If you think it was me, I'll pay for it. I didn't do it, but I'll pay for it, which is an admission of guilt.
Yeah, that's a stupid thing to say.
And so the next day, you know, he leaves a number and says, have your husband call me. We can talk about it, you know. And I almost stopped by Saturday night. And had I, it probably would have been bad because he was drinking. I was pissed off because the event didn't go quite as planned. And me got in a little tuffle. Just as one of those nights. I was distraught. I'd found out Trump had been shot. There was stuff going on at home. I was just worried for our country and my family at the same time. I didn't send him to our bunker, though, TJ. But so yeah, I rebuilt the mailbox somewhat because I'm going to build a freaking stone one. I'm going to do the little red brick. I'm going to build so if somebody does it again,
just make it out of an I-beam.
I might do that. But anyways, I'm going to do a new one. I hadn't yet. And then the guy shows up over at my house and basically finally does admit it, begging for me to not call the cops. He's had a DUI, and we had to. You know, I was being the dad thing with him. Like, dude, if you would have took out one of my kids, one of us would be dead and one of us would be in jail. And I said, I don't want to go to jail. And, you know, and then...
He said, so do you want to be dead, boy?
And, you know, I was getting pretty pissed. I said, there's a bunch of neighbors around here that fucking hate you guys. You guys are just idiots. Just slow the fuck down. Stop shitting where you live and blah, blah. And he offered to pay for it. I wouldn't even take his fucking money. I don't want it. 22... she's like 35. I don't know what the fuck's going on there. Mom's like, it is a fucked up situation. I said, I'm sorry for you. But what's funny is while we're talking, I hear footsteps out on the road, just barely moving. And then as they can see the situation's de-escalated, somebody's walking off. He had some buddies over there in case it went down. I guess maybe more for protection, thinking I might do something because...
There's a tool for every project.
No, I know. No, Isaac was standing inside with the bat right inside the fucking door. He's like, I fucking got this. And he came out, he left it in there and came and walked around back and just made a presence. I'm like, I like this. This is pretty tough. So back to my original question with the white trash neighbors, was I an asshole? Because they're the ones that called the cops. They're the ones that watched my house all night. When I got home from work, they were still out keeping an eye on my house to make sure they didn't come over and cause no more problems. Now, again, was I as the asshole?
Now, did he throw fireworks at your dog? Or
he was the one that threw fireworks at my dog.
Or was it a friend just visiting?
It was him. Nope. I originally thought, so when they first moved there, it was dude, his brother, his wife, and this guy. So the four of them, two couples lived there. And I thought the other guy was the owner. And indeed, well, they may not have been. These may have been. But he just said, that was my brother, and he wasn't throwing it at him. He just happened to be one throwing running right there, blah, blah, blah. But no, it was him. And we've had a couple run-ins, but again, was I asshole for yelling the white trash thing and all of that? Okay, all right. TJ, you still say yes?
That's just honest to the painful truth.
Well, it worked.
It did, yeah.
I hate every one of my neighbors except for my neighbor Dave. So
it's just weird for me because for most of my life,
if their houses were on fire, I wouldn't come knock on the door.
Most of my life, I've got along with my neighbors, and the funny story that goes with all of this, and I'll stop talking about it, is. The same house that those guys live in on my 30th birthday, you remember the story I told where I took out the neighbor's mailbox? That was that mailbox. The difference was at 6:30 that morning, when at 4 o'clock that morning, drunk as fuck, I took it out. At 6:30 that morning, I was there picking up my flip-flops, my hat, my sunglasses, and finishing taking that mailbox out, digging a hole for the new mailbox, waiting for the guy to get up, and then asking if he wanted the same kind of mailbox, and he wouldn't even let me at that point. When he came home with the new one, he is, again, same old school as me. Because I'm a man, he didn't want me to pay for it. You know, and that's what I said. If you take somebody's money, that is no fault of your own. What I'm saying in this case, somebody admitting it to me was way more important than the money.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I took that mailbox out, and then when he got home with it, he at first wouldn't let me install it. But I helped him put it in, mix up the concrete, sat there and talked to him, and we ended up becoming really good friends. And I get along with multiple of my neighbors, so it is weird for me to not like them. Now we get along. We're cordial. I drove by the other day, and the neighbors sitting on the front porch waved at me. So hopefully it's the start of new things in the neighborhood wars. I'll keep you posted. Send us some stories about your neighborhood wars. We can read them on the freaking show. We talked about the burning. We talked about neighborhood wars. What we didn't really. I think I'm kind of an asshole because they've now become decent people, but they have caused me a lot of hell. They're also remember the bullet hole in the back of my fence that is from them that we talked about. So they have caused me some problems. I just probably could have dealt with it different. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be the escalator. I want to be the de-escalator. You still say I'm an asshole, TJ?
That worked.
Okay. You want to hear a joke now?
Yeah.
So a friend of mine had waited forever to come out, and he came out to like me and a group of his friends, and I've known him and his parents for a really long time, and I shouldn't have said it was a joke to begin with. He said, would you come over and tell my mom? And, you know, I was kind of like, well, you don't want like her to think I'm your, he's like, no, just because you've been friends of mine. And I think I'd just be more comfortable. And so he comes over and he's really worried because his mom's hardcore Catholic, like the Catholic, you're going to hell if you get divorced. I mean, like, you know, whatever. And so he told her, and her first reaction was, I always thought you'd be a priest. And I kind of just sat there and I said, no, he's into guys his age. So
that's pretty good.
Sorry, that was my joke.
That's pretty funny.
I also have a joke.
Okay.
It's more of a magic trick.
I wish you guys would
anything.
laugh at my jokes every once in a while. I mean, it tells me they're not good. But what's your magic
I
trick?
giggled.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a magic trick. What I'm going to do is I'm going to snap my fingers and then something's going to happen. Ready? After I snap my fingers, you forget that you're ever gay.
I seen that one the other day. I know. Oh, sorry. I was never gay.
See? I got somebody at work today with that. Did you get my Snapchat? I sent you a Bob from work today.
Yeah, would he take it and check? I was in the bathroom laughing, and some guy said, are you watching TikToks? And I said, no, my gay Republican friend keeps sending me, which he's a big Trump guy, but I said, keeps sending me TikToks or videos of him asking guys at work what they would do to take something in the butt. And today's version was, would you take Shaq's wiener in your butt for $1 billion? And
Bob says no.
And yeah, I mean,
and
I tell you,
I sent that to,
2.5 with him. My number is 2.5. So, TJ's gone. Nope, he's back.
I'm here. Here, I'm gonna send you what our buddy Chance had to say.
TJ's gone again.
Can you hear me though?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Chance says, he goes, you can buy a new asshole for $1 billion. And I said, that's what I said. He said, for $1 billion, he can rage fuck my face. And then I said, I'd let the dream team run a train on me for that.
Yeah.
And then Chance said, you know that black guy that's sitting on the bed, the side of the couch?
Oh, yeah, the guy they used for the light switch guy, for sure. Yeah, the Snickers guy.
Barry, yeah. He said he could lynch me with his cock for that much.
That's all
And
pretty
he goes,
aggressive. Those are all aggressive things, but for $1 billion, for sure, yeah. I don't know if there's... And if we find out that dude was offered it to do what he did, then I still will have to think, no, I'm joking. Sorry, damn it. Pat, see, I'm done with it. I'm sorry. If you got the reference, it was a horrible attempt. Again, I'm just trying to lighten the mood.
I said, Bob, you're talking about wealth for your family that's generational that'll go for the length of time.
Yeah, I mean, you just can't.
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I get it. That's like either to me, I don't know if you're so homophobe you're gay, or if that's so just.
He thinks it hurt too bad.
I agree. It would. It would hurt like.
I said,
but again,
I said, but what if Shaq's wiener's not that big?
His dude. I mean,
Lee told me the smallest wiener he's ever seen in his life was from
I know we talked
humongous
about it.
guy.
Yeah, you can keep telling me that all you want. That's fine. I know what you're trying to tell I know what you're trying to tell yourself, but
I would do it. I don't care.
Well, yeah, for $1 billion, it's not even a question. I don't want to. But again, I don't know why you keep coming up with those scenarios, because that's not a scenario. To me, that is you're just trying to justify how low you're going to end up getting to this, and eventually it's going to be.
He just knows what the money.
And eventually it's going to be like a 2-liter of Mountain Dew when you have had one for 2 weeks. And I'm just saying, it's fine. We don't care. We're fine with it.
My buddy Tony Trent said he'd do it for $500,000.
Yeah, I'm just saying that nobody knows. I mean, it's just got to be. For me, it would probably. I say it'd have to be the kind of number that would have to set me up for life. But realistically, I don't know. It's never going to happen. So I at least want to go with at least at 2.5 number. That's just that I have I have enough math with 2.5 that I think I could meek out my existence to the 65 I'm going to make.
Where you could buy half of the Cowboys.
Oh yeah, for sure. 2.5 trillion maybe. So you used to always talk about Black Twitter, and it was trending everywhere. And some of this stuff's from if we would have done a show last week, but everywhere Black Twitter reacts was going around. Do you know what that reaction was to? Did you hear about the Ryan Garcia story, the boxer? So he got on and went
I just know he's in trouble for something.
Yeah, he got on and went on a hardcore racist rant. And used
but he's Mexican.
Yeah, but he used exactly, but he went hardcore. But it was just funny that reacting to a racist story, 5 different sites said Black Twitter reacts. And so I was trying to find the app on my phone, and I don't know if you have to be a registered African American to be able to even get Black Twitter.
Well, the new Twitter app is black.
Is that why they were calling it? Why would they not just call it X? Or even black people on Twitter respond? Or it was just Black Twitter responds. It was just a horrible headline to fit the narrative of horrible headlines. The South Sides went and got so bad that the Quick Trip down here at 47th and Broadway has a full-time security guard now.
$36 an hour is what they pay for that position.
Yeah, he's got a badge. This guy is an actual Wichita cop. I guess it's a lot of those guys take these jobs, moonlight them and split it up with a bunch of their buddies, and they get police protection. They get to wear a gun because they are and because they're doing this. I don't remember, So dude's got a gun and a badge, and that's how bad it's getting on the South Side. And it goes along with the stories I tell you about this neighborhood. I'm out in the country, kind of on the edge of town. If we were in it, man, it's like Beirut sometimes. No, I don't know. It's just a lot of homeless and thieves, and that area is just getting dense with the homeless. So, the saddest news that I heard over the 4th of July weekend, and I know, guys, it's well past. I'm sorry we haven't done a show. Anyways, saddest news I've heard over the 4th of July weekend was Danny Trejo getting beat up. Did you guys, either one of you, hear anything about that story? Machete, Danny Trejo, Machete?
Well, he's 80 years old.
Exactly. I put that in my thing. I said, Danny Trejo in a fight over a water balloon, he didn't win, but he's 80. But basically he's driving in a super rare convertible car his buddy's driving, and somebody throws a water balloon at him, and he gets out, and he's kind of talking, and somebody says something, and he says they said something racist, and he punches the guy first, and then this younger dude comes out of nowhere and fucking rocks him, and another dude rocks him, and then his buddy gets fucking rocked a little bit, and then they get up and get out of there. But it was sad to see, man. It was sad to see.
There's always a younger bull out there.
There's been, I don't know how to segue to this, but there's been so many celebrity deaths in the last month that TJ, which he's usually, I already know about it or, whatever, but TJ is literally my celebrity death guy. He's my breaking news, trades, things that go on. Jelly Bean Bryant, Kobe Bryant's dad died. Who would have guessed?
Today.
What?
That was today, right?
Yep. I don't have all the dates on this, but this is just in basically this month so far. Shannon Doherty dies. James Skilling of the Hill Street Blues dies. Dr. Ruth dies. Jacoby Jones, former NFL wide receiver and kick returner and a freak, he would have been fun on a college football game, dies at 40. I said Shannon Doherty. The man they're making a biopic out of right now that just hurt Pauly Shore's feelings, Richard Simmons dies at 76. Shelley Duvall dies at 75. This one is the one that you didn't.
Popeye.
What's that?
From Popeye.
Yep. This is the one that you didn't send me, and you didn't send me a bunch of these, but that I thought out of all of them you would have. Benji Gregory dies at 46. Do you know who Benji Gregory is?
I don't know who that is.
He is the kid from Alf.
Oh, yeah.
That was your show,
I
buddy.
tried watching it. Alf's on Peacock, and I tried watching a few episodes of it, and
You struggled.
I don't
You were the one that
understand
used
the
to
appeal
love
of
it. I thought you used to love it. I thought you were the one that used to love it.
I watched Alf as a kid, but watching it as an adult, it's not very funny.
Okay. I just remember talking about it. You loved it. Yeah, I mean, a ton of people. Robert Town died. I don't know who that guy is. But, yeah, I mean, it's been dude from a bunch of singers have died. Who else has died? Titanic guy, O.G. Simpson died. That was a while ago. But anyways, it's like they kept coming for a couple days, man. And it was, again, most of them that died kind of made sense. The Shannon Doherty, I don't know. I think she has been sick for quite a while.
Sick for a while.
Yeah. Richard Simmons, I think, had been sick a couple different times. Uh-oh. I don't know what happened there. Hopefully that didn't run too much besides make some noise. Skin Man?
Death is the #1 killer in America.
That is true.
That's true.
There's not a lot of disputing that. Do you have anything ready to go over there?
Yeah.
Why don't we segue and I'm going to hop off here. So
News.
we'll see you guys later, Skin Man.
Bye,
good
TJ.
Good talking, buddy.
Keep up on your coverage. Let me know all the conspiracy
by
theories
the
going
way,
on.
Just so you guys know, I am in Greenfield, Iowa, where the tornado was. My statue is not up yet. I don't
How's
know
it
what's
got? You
going
got the
on,
town
so-
rebuilt yet, or have you been bitching about it?
No. I'll get some kind of video over to you
Go
guys.
see if you can find that lady and do like a couple-minute interview with her and get her to like.
Do you remember me?
Yeah, get her to
I
like.
saved your life.
Yeah, just be.
Her house is gone. There's nothing there. It's just an empty lot.
God damn it! Foundation's gone. Everything.
Yep, it's all gone.
Leave. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Leave. Oh my God.
I said bye after.
So
Now that he's gone, we can really talk about. No, I'm just joking. What do we got for news today, buddy?
Your headline was "This bitch."
Oh man, that pisses me off so much. What's the real headline? And tell me it's not the same headline.
It is Virginia woman buys 6 lottery tickets, wins 6 times.
This bitch. Right?
A Virginia woman bought 6 identical tickets for the same pick 5 drawing and ended up winning 6 times for a grand total of $180,000.
It's only $180,000. I wish. See, this is why I wanted TJ to say, because he did that $1 billion thing, and I said, "Well, would you for 108?" No.
She got the tickets for the June 5th pick 5 drawing.
Okay. Of this year.
Ironically, the tickets matched all 5 winning numbers of 55550. Each scored her a $30,000 prize of. He added it all up to $180,000.
Can I say the fix is in? 55550.
Yeah.
Bullshit. That's a fix if I've ever heard one.
Oh, you're saying it's rigged?
Oh, that's rigged. That is for sure rigged. That is so rigged. I'm gonna get on Twitter and talk about this after.
It says she checked the numbers and she was happy, discovering her good fortune. She did not mention what her immediate plans for her winnings were.
Well, probably, if I look at the lady, would be hopefully pay some bills, maybe give herself a nice spa day, a little, just treat herself, do something nice.
Bunch of hookers and some cocaine.
Yeah. All those bleeps you hear are people liking the show. So, I mean, I thought I had it fixed. We just uploaded a new update to this, and now it's back. So I'll fix it again, just not today.
I thought you were playing a game. You had a new high score.
No, it's when somebody's watching the show and they like it, and I appreciate that, DJ. That's TJ's cousin. I don't know if you want people to know that. He used to work with me. Always had a Workman or a pair of pliers on his belt. He was super handy, dude. Like, shit would break down, and that guy had a tool on him to fix it. And
I'll bet he had a tool on him.
Oh, he did. He was like that skinny leg, tall guy. Probably. I bet he's same size as Shaq. I would have to get an equal amount in this TJ's question to let DJ.
Yeah, with that.
DH. Sorry, not DJ. Sorry, Dominic. DJ's his other cousin. DH is who liked it. I'm sorry, buddy. Same story goes. You knew I was talking about you, but you were going, why are you talking about him? You have another story what was your next story you're going to pick? Because I want to see if it was the one that I would have had you pick.
All right. What's the bet?
Hold on a second.
Your headline was, "Man, again, I got busted."
That's not the one because that one, but that's okay. That's okay because that's a better story than the other one probably. And if I lived in a big city, for sure I would have already been busted for this.
So, Washington State, the high occupancy vehicle lanes.
We don't have those here in Wichita, by the way. We just got 3 lanes. One we like to call the passing lane, one we call the stay on lane, and the other one we call the merge on lane. Where like so nobody follows any of those 3, but that's what we like to hope that people would do.
The passenger was a dummy head.
He was being freaking.
She was pulled over for speeding, going 80 in a 60-mile-an-hour zone, in the high occupancy vehicle lane.
This is what I've said. If you're breaking the law, don't break the law with multiple things.
Just break one law at a time.
One law at a time, guys.
Officials said the woman was traveling in the lane, but only her passenger turned out to be a mannequin bust propped up on a cooler and disguised with a jacket. The driver said it was her training aid, and the reason it was positioned this way was to properly dry the hair.
But why were you in the high occupancy lane?
Yeah.
But that's fairly similar excuse to the neighbor that hit my mailbox, had the damage on his car, and said he didn't do it. So,
well, they're both liars. So,
but one got away with it, and one of them apparently.
Well, she got a speeding ticket.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Not driving in the lane with a fake passenger or nothing.
I don't know what the dollar amount of the ticket is in Washington.
And maybe they
for going 20 miles an hour over the speed limit.
Well, I remember when they first made it a law here in Kansas that 20 miles an hour could be considered manslaughter, because my buddy got a ticket at like 21 over, and they said that technically they can take you to jail on it because, and he was on the turnpike, of course, where it was already 70, so he was doing 90.
Yeah. Making great time.
He was getting where he had to go fast until he got stopped. That's what happens, people,
And Kansas is so flat. How many curves are there?
What's funny is,
really,
I was that guy that was the speeder everywhere for quite a while of my life, and now I'm the fuel efficiency guy, and I really don't drive that fast. I mean, I might excel every once in a while, but for the most part, I go 5 over, I go 10 over, 8 over occasionally on the highway, whatever, but I don't get there fast. And there's this car almost every 2 to 3 times a week from about where I turn out of my neighborhood till we get on the turnpike or the 235 together, and even sometimes all the way to West Street. This guy is punching it in between every light, just cutting people off and doing all this, and then we'll get up to the light and he's 2 cars ahead of me.
Yeah.
And then we'll turn and he'll punch it around everybody, and he'll go flying around them and get on to 235 or onto 135, and then we'll merge together and whatever. And then by the time traffic and everybody merges, every once in a while he's in the fast lane trying to ride somebody's ass that's just trying to get over, but he won't let him. But the rest of us and then I'll go right by him. And then he'll come around me and fly again, and then we'll get off on West Street, and he's sitting 1 car ahead of me. And this guy has got so angry his whole way to work, and he's punching it. And I guarantee this car could probably get 30 miles a gallon. He ain't even getting 20 out of this thing, man, which is sad. It's sad. So.
Well, he wasn't late, though.
Well, but he wasn't. Yeah, that's true. And like I said, on the highway, I mean, especially in the morning now, because I go early enough, do 7 over. I can stay in the right lane. Every once in a while, I have to, somebody getting on there on, Seneca or Meridian or West Street. But other than that, man, I just get to cruise to work.
Yeah.
But then you'll get that one guy flying around you, and then we get off the highway, and then we turn at the same time, or I might get turned before him, so.
So to catch up in the last 2 weeks, what did you do last weekend?
This weekend or the weekend in between, the weekend after the 4th of July?
Just a few days ago.
This was the one where all this happened. I worked an event with Eric We worked a Hispanic wedding, and it was a packed one. I bartended. I did pretty damn good. I had a couple hiccups. It's fine. Things happen. I will say the person that puts this on, sets all these up, had never obviously worked a Hispanic wedding. Mexican, I don't think that offends them.
Well, it's not derogatory.
We ran out of tequila quite frequently. We ran out of Modelo quite frequently.
Right.
We ran out of Corona Light quite frequently. We had a lot of Natural Light, which somebody had wanted that, asked for it.
Right.
No problem. Rum later. Tequila, when I would struggle on it, I could talk him into I was making some badass rum punches because a lot of people were doing margaritas or freaking, whatever. But yeah, good time.
Not a Greyhound crowd then.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I worked my other job for a little while. Customer Friday night, E came over, was on his way over, and a customer freaking out needed these tracks, had to ship them out Saturday, so I had to drive up to work, make sure we have them so he could meet me there Saturday morning because he had to get a trailer set up, all that.
Right.
Come home, me and Eric sat around for a couple hours, shot the shit. Nothing in the world. The world was different then, No attempts on people's lives had happened. It was a different world. What about yourself?
There was 2 family reunions last weekend.
All right. We haven't had a family reunion story for a little while.
No, it's been a couple months, and it was on my wife's dad's side, and I couldn't handpick better in-laws.
Okay.
And there was also a martial arts gathering.
That's right. I remember you telling me that you were going to be over here in Derby at the local facility doing some martial arts training. How'd that go, buddy?
It was awesome.
After the show, we'll try to record some footage or something, of you slamming me and stuff.
There was a younger student, and I was like, okay, go ahead and punch. And then I headbutted his fist.
You hurt him?
No. I didn't even think about it.
Coach!
I just did it, and it's like, oh, shit, is your hand okay?
They shouldn't have gave you the 5 and under class, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Work in with the older ones. Do you guys have any seniors taking the class?
Yeah, my instructor threw me with my beard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you saying you're the senior or your instructor?
My instructor is older than I are. And he still whipped my ass.
See how I got you there? See how I got you there?
I didn't hear what you said.
Well, the other people did, so.
Well, I'm old, so I didn't hear what you said.
Huh?
Yeah. That checks out.
What else? What else? Good time then? Learn some new stuff?
Yeah. Learn some stuff.
Did you make any new friends?
Couple, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What else?
And today I was welding in a semi-trailer, and I had to change clothes before I left work, put on clean uniform, because it was just soaked.
Man, I tell you what, last Friday at work, we get these, where I work, we sell like brooms, big brooms for like the big city sweepers and stuff. And I had 35 of them coming in on a truckload. And last Friday was, it was 85, but felt like 170 to start the day.
Yeah.
Only, 600% humidity. And I was in a trailer. I was the walker. I usually try to let my guy, because he's out in the heat more than me in the warehouse. I let him ride the forklift the whole time. And with these particular brooms, there's no pallet, so you gotta lift them and kind of load them on the forks, every single one of them. And they're 150 pounds a piece or whatever.
So you got paid for a workout? That's pretty sweet.
Dude, I was the kind of sweaty. People were like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah.
I had, I have some shirts, some T-shirts at work that are Barry shirts.
Yeah.
And I was first time I said the name. I wore one of those, and I was sweat. I mean, everybody's like, "Oh my God!" And they've seen me sweaty a couple times, but this shirt's like a blue that just makes, and everybody's like, "Are you okay?" Blah blah blah, making fun of me, fat guy, sweating and all that stuff. But I get out there and work. I like them to see that I will sweat.
Yeah.
Have no problems with it. And then later that day, we had to go out and do it again because our dock is a quarter mile. It's not really. It's a 16th of a mile away from the warehouse they go in.
Right.
And it's all the way out in the back of our yard. So you have to unload them with 35. If you're running them back every time, I got to walk that far or have something to run me there. Or, and
you could run you there.
Exactly. But it would take you, a long time. The driver would be there a long time. So we tried to unload him, then a whole bunch of stuff happened. So that afternoon we went out, and 4 of us, a guy on each end, 2 forklifts running. And you got to take them in the warehouse and put them away. So it's the sweatiest I have been in a long time. I will tell you that. Digging out these stumps Sunday, and digging them out, the rest burying them, I was sweating pretty good in the sun. So, well, I don't know. We started out the show talking about it, but I don't know exactly how it'll go. But right now we have at least 5 of our 8 or 9 guests confirmed, and I think most of the rest that we've had over the years. We're trying to plan a Friday or maybe a weekend show. Probably will end up being a longer show because right now, again, we have 6 people committed. Even if I give them 20 minutes apiece, I can't have them all on at a time. And math checks out. That that's the whole show plus another show. Yeah. So I have a feeling it'll be probably like a 2-hour show. I want to try to get some stuff ready. So I doubt it won't be this Friday.
Good, because I won't be available.
I don't think it'll end up being next Friday.
Also good, because I won't be available.
But I'm thinking it'll be the next Friday.
I will make sure that I'm available.
I think that's plenty of notice.
In August.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, we might do a show in between, but we may have to just call it a special, a get-together or a Paper Boys or something, because I don't want to run 100. Because technically we're at like 112, if I'm completely honest, because we've done enough specials. And then this series doesn't even count all the shows me and you did, so we're at like 143. If that's the case, but with the middle of the road regular episodes, this one will be 100.
And that's number wang.
Yeah, it happens. So, just in case you guys are wondering, we've done this for a long time. I know it doesn't seem like it sometimes. I know it's not good sometimes, or most.
Whatever.
Okay, it's fun for us. That's all that matters.
Yay.
Tell your family you freaking love them. Don't. If you have an uncle that likes Trump or likes Biden or whatever, just don't talk about it for a little while. Try to, I don't know, man. We're back to where we were. And, every 4 years now, it's going to get this. And not even just because of the attempt, just because everything going on in the world. And it's back to sad. I'm off, most of my social medias, or I got to block people, and that both sides. I'm 100. If I'm being 100 now, I'm tired of all of them. I was gonna go RFK, but it sounds like he might come out in support of Trump, so I can't vote for him if he's gonna just run. So I got to figure out. I think I'm on the vote-in. Are you gonna vote this election?
I don't know. I haven't decided.
If you did, because I want to vote in my local elections. I haven't decided what, but I'm thinking I'm gonna write in Taylor Swift. There's a huge movement to write in Taylor Swift, and I think it would be hilarious to see her get, just one state get 12% of the vote, or just something insane.
Yeah, I think the last time I voted for Christopher as a write-in.
Christopher Walken?
Christopher Walken.
Okay.
And the vice president of Gary Busey.
I would do that ticket would be, Walken's gone now, right? I think is he still alive?
I don't know.
Okay, well, that would be more fun than what's going on right now, for damn sure.
Right.
He'd
be dancing everywhere.
Walken or
Walken.
Both of them, both of them.
Yeah.
No, I've had 3 people at work say they're just going to write me in.
Gary Busey's going to be dressed up like Buddy Holly.
I don't want to say is, yeah, he's something else. I don't know how it'll happen. We might do a special in between, but we are going to continue past 100, if you're wondering. We're not just get to 100.
Right.
Content shows, I think, will go back to a little more regular once summer slows down. A lot going on for everybody. Wintertime.
100th show, and then we're calling it quits.
Yep, done. We might rename the show. 100 might be where I at least change the logo and... fully incorporate you and start kicking DJ out. No, I'm joking. I think I want to do. I don't figure out how I want to do it, but
You're gonna fire TJ for what?
Insubordination.
Oh.
Insubordination. He's been talking back to me for years. I mean, come on. No, I would never.
Everybody,
No, I would never.
That's everybody.
I figure for the most part, you guys would fire me well before I would ever fire you.
It's your house, dude. We can't.
No, I mean, I just figure you guys would quit on me, is what I mean. Not come over and do the show without me. I mean, you guys could buy a really shitty, anything and on a phone and,
Oh, Casey, I'm sorry. You can't come in. You're not on the guest list.
Yeah, we had those. You're not. Weird thing here. Remember when you were doing the job applications? Steve's here. We're doing the CNN thing. Speaking of, that was a good reminder. Steve, I told you I'd play it. I know you are one of 7 people that download the show that make it all the way this far. There's more occasionally. Okay, good. That wasn't on. But you are one of 7 that will, you will talk to me about. Let's see if. Okay, it unhooked. Damn it. He sent me some country music.
Okay.
Apparently that they've been doing on like AI. They ask AI to make me a country song, and this one's day 25. And this one, for some reason, just I don't know. He's like he put the caption, "TJ likes country music," right?
Well, the country boy life can be pretty sweet, eating big booty meat, getting real stinky feet. But most don't know what it's all about, so I'm gonna tell y'all, listen up right now. See, it's for corn that I stick up my butt, O's for the sound that I make when I'm drunk. U's for you, gotta try sucking dicks, and it's for negotiating time with my kid. T is for taking my truck around town, R is for rolling in dirt, screaming loud. Why don't you give it a try? Come along, country boy.
I'm gonna end the show on this, by the way, people.
Prove me wrong. See that big country girl over there? Oh my God, I'm gonna have an affair. You really gotta give this life a try. Anyone can become a country guy. Tea and whiskey on a Saturday night. Are you gonna pack me up in a fight?
Or
Or
AI
don't
does
you
some good
sing it
songs.
with me? Come on, y'all. Country boy, life is the best. Prove me wrong.
That's pretty good, right?
Well, the country boy.
Here's it.
Down in the sticks, we're throwing bricks. At trucks, we do it just for kicks. We're licking lips and sucking dicks. But we're not gay.
I'm apparently this person put in a lot of gay things for it to, like obviously will you write gay country or obscenely homographic country? I don't know. I mean, because there was a lot of wiener talk in there. And I know that's why Steve enjoys it so much because he dislikes country, fairly strong. This was that clip that I told you about from Dinosaurs. And I think this is like from... I don't know, what was it, 92, 93, 94, 88 to 93, 94, somewhere in that range?
Sure.
The voters of this nation are presented with a choice between a monstrous, bloodthirsty psychopath and a self-confessed brain-dead ignoramus.
Help me, please.
What will future generations think of us that we cannot present the public with better alternatives than these?